Hello, welcome to Bazande Pictures. On today, we're going to have an amazing guest around here, and we are going to talk about um, marriage and all the aspects of marriage, the factors, the sweetness of marriage, and with the amazing ladies that will be on this show. They'll be telling us, they'll be sharing with us their experience, what they have seen, and getting to let you know how to go about your game in marriage. As you might have noticed, there's a lot and the different stages of life that people go through, and with my guest today, we'll be looking at summarizing some of these challenges, advantage, and all that it takes one to be married, and those who have tested marriage, what are their experience. We'll be getting some of these tips, and to add to that, this show will be coming in every week. We'll be choosing out topics that are all targeting youth. We want to get speakers who can tell us the tips, where they are coming from, where they have reached, that can inspire other youth. Ladies and gentlemen, for now, let's welcome our guest. Our first guest on this test drive show will be my sister at my left hand. Maybe you can introduce yourself and probably tell us what you think marriage is.
Thanks for the show. Thanks for inviting me for the show. I'm by the names of Wilma Patricia. I'm a mother, a beautiful wife, and I'm an artist. My stage name is Nubian Queen. Okay, actually, according to me, what I understand by marriage is a beautiful thing between two people, two adults who understand each other, whose hearts have connected, people who feel strong for each other. Marriage is a union between two people who have decided to support each other, stand for each other, and face whatever challenges that come their way. That is marriage to me.
Thank you very much, Wilma. Very interesting. On my side, I understood marriage is only looked at like someone who is having a ring in their hand, and then because today when you speak to people outside, they said, if he doesn't first put the ring in my hand, then I'm not married. So would you add us a bit of light? What exactly it means? Does it mean if we're only maybe friends, we're not married? Let's speak to the people outside. How does it feel like if I'm 7 months befriending my wife? I feel having a baby for me. Are you my wife already? Or until I put a ring in your hand, that's when you become my wife?
Well. To me, I think I don't agree with that. It doesn't mean that you need to have a ring before you can call yourself a married woman or a married man. As long as you have somebody that you're connected to, somebody that you sacrifice for and they sacrifice for you, you have kids, a ring will come, yes. Before I consider a ring, I don't have to rush to ring before knowing the person I need to settle with in marriage. Okay, those days during our parents' time, marriage used to be considered a very important thing. Even somebody could go and marry when you don't know the man. They could give your hands in marriage. When you don't know the man, you go and know him from the house. By the time you reach his house, things get bad. So right now, for me, I don't go with that. Ring will come. That one I needed to come after I have known the man I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. He has known who I am. I need to be with somebody that will understand me fully, know who I am, and see the qualifications in me before they can put a ring in my hand. So to those who think that before I talk about marriage I need to have a ring, no, I need to know my man before I can allow that ring to come in.
I get it now. To those who are watching us and listening to us, our beautiful sister is saying it shouldn't be a ring. Ring shouldn't be. She wants us to connect to her. And I will turn to one of our speakers here to probably pose the same. should we marry?
Oh, thank you so much. My name is Sema Florence. I'm a designer. I'm a professional designer. And as you said, I think it's a definite yes for me. Like, who would I want to marry? It's a very big yes on my side. Yes, we should marry. Yes, we should be able to feel or to be given that freedom, you know, that kind of love that, I mean, it's a very big yes for me. Marriage is a total yes, and I am 25 years old and I'm definitely looking forward to marriage.
This is quite beautiful to listen to. There are people already who think marriage is a prison. And today, a young lady here is saying she's 25 years and willing with wholeheartedly to go and get married. A single one. I would say if you're outside there, please prepare not only a ring, but prepare your heart and then take on and apply for such a beautiful lady like that we have on our show today. So I'll take this chance again also to move to our next speaker, and I would want to understand, when should we prepare ourselves? When should, for example, a young girl who has not been married before, is it okay for us to discuss this topic? Because other people are saying we shouldn't talk about marriage because we are young, or because you're young because you're not married. But yet, this is one of the key issues that you and I need to discuss. Is it important for us to discuss marriage?
Thank you for that wonderful question. And to the viewers out there, my name is Naye Rose Gishai Binzaramba, a student at Uganda Martyrs University, pursuing bachelor's in law in my 4th year. Again, thank you for your question. And to me, there is a lot of critique when we find out that it's someone who is not married that is talking about marriage. So someone will be like, do you have experience? Do you know what you're talking about? And yes, as you know, I'm single, not married. But the reason as to why I'm going to talk about marriage is that I come from a home that is a fully proper marital home. Yes, I come from a fully marital home, meaning my mom and dad are still married, and they have been married for the past 25 years, meaning I come from a family full of marriage. So I've experienced everything because I've been with my mom as she's a married woman. I've seen whatever vice, whatever goodness that marriage has to offer. So you will not say that someone who is single need not talk about marriage. That's where we get it wrong. If I don't talk about it, who can talk about it? Do you have a belief that it's only those that are married can talk about it? So that's why I'm saying we all have a right to talk about marriage.
This is quite interesting because when we listen and when we read on social media, when you listen to other people, by the way, you'll find that those who are already practicing marriage and are aware about it, think you shouldn't be discussing. From what you have said, you're coming from a compact home, marital home that has been there for 25 years. Tell us that beautiful thing you enjoyed as a child within this marriage.
Yeah, thank you for that question. And once again, as I told you, it's a marriage that is for over 25 years. Meaning, in this marriage, there have been ups and downs. It's not a smooth road. When we were young, to how we advance, to the rest. But one thing I've learned during this period is that marriage is not a bed of roses. So you will not go into marriage expecting only soft life. There are ups and downs. At times, I've seen my mom and dad quarrel. I've seen them fight. It might not necessarily mean that someone lifts up his hand, beats this one and that, but you find that this is really a misunderstanding. But at the end of the day, the beauty of marriage is that they forgive each other and come back into harmony. I've I would not say this, but I'm a person with stepsisters. How do stepsisters come in? Stepsisters come in as a result of adultery. That's what I would say. But do you think my mom has ever left her matrimonial home? Never. Because it's something people have grown to know and to live with it. So if I say today that we are having stepsisters or step this or that, basically I know one thing out there, because us as the youth today, we would basically be like, I don't want to get a man who will cheat. Where will you get that safe havens? So it's only you condoning the act and living with it. And are you going to mistreat your cousins or basically your stepsisters because your dad cheated? Are you going to leave your marriage because you think cheating shouldn't be there? So basically that is it when it comes to marriage. We shouldn't leave our marriage because someone has cheated or that. And then it's not all about going to church and carrying this ring. You need not carry a ring. Traditionally, as Bazande, once bride price is paid after you officially belong to that person. When a girl got pregnant and they send you to your man's house, you officially became his wife. I was saying that because you never got the ring means that you are not married?
From your point of view, I'm looking at what's that unique one thing that you picked out of your parents' marriage that you liked it so much, that you think maybe one point when you get married you should be applicable in your life?
Thank you. Basically, the only one thing I've learned in my parents' marriage is that they have followed the Bible teaching of marriage, whereby if it's a man who is the head of a family, whether a woman is having too much money than him or not, she ought to be submissive. As the Bible says, read whatever that the Bible has on a good woman, a good man, a good home. So basically that's what I've learned from my mom. And not forgetting forgiveness.
Thank you so much. This is one thing that we felt like we should bring to the show, and I'm very sure we are learning out of this process, and forgiveness is one key thing, and then the other thing is to give what belongs to Caesar. Thank you so much, our viewers, and please, if there is any comment, anything that you feel you want to share with us or we can improve on this show, we can put in our section for comment, so that we can always bring you such interesting topic. To add on into our conversation, I just wanted to pose to my guest here. We have this one tool that is in this 21st century, and that is social media. What's social media? What's the role? What role is it playing in our marriages of today?
Thank you very much. Social media is actually playing a very, very big role in marriages today. The positive way and the negative way. Let me start with the positive. There are people that are married, that are happily married today, and they actually met on social media. And they are doing perfectly well in their marriage. And then we have the so-called in-laws on social media. But what am I saying about these marriages of people who have actually met on social media? Just because we have met on social media doesn't mean our entire marriage has to be on social media. So, because right now, let me say this, for example, let me talk about these celebrities. They have met on social media their entire life. I mean, somebody is going out to get a snack and you're taking a picture. Somebody has met a friend and they have hugged. This person is cheating. You don't even know the relationship that is there between these two. These are now the disadvantages. This is where the disadvantages are coming in. Everyone thinks they know you. Everyone thinks they know the people around you. Everyone thinks they know your relationship, what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do. And that is just the off part of social media. But Otherwise, I think if we are trying to, how should I call it, if we are trying to see the disadvantages and the advantages, the disadvantages are overall. So we actually need to be careful about that.
Interesting hearing about the social media in-laws. They are there, and they will be there during this. We'll be reading some of the comments from the social media in-laws. But walking away from that, I wanted to find out maybe from my sister here, Nubian, who is an artist as well. Who is a wife and who is the mother?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Joseph Nashion, for that beautiful question. To me, a wife is not only the one with the ring. A wife is a woman who is in a marital relationship with a man. A wife also is a woman, a lady who is separated from her parents to be with a man in his home. Yeah, that's what I can tell about who is a wife. And a mother, let me say this in my local language, no gude, ngo gude bachika, gude vungu, kiduno gude chindui. Yeah, that's what I understand by a mother, no gude.
Thank you. You know, many of our people, our generation, and they're failing to differentiate. Because today you find someone say she's not a mother, and yet she has given birth. How do we compact that information? Why do they describe her not being a mother, and yet she has given birth, and the children are living and all that? I just want to understand who is really a mother. I know she's probably either a wife, but who is a mother? Or someone who was given birth and scattered the children, and or where does this motherhood come from?
Yes, as I was saying, a mother is a woman who has given birth, has a child or children, and is capable of taking care of them. Let me say, who is concerned about the well-being of the child or children. That's a mother to me.
To add on what my sister said, a mother need not be someone who has necessarily given birth, because there are certain children who are raised by women who are not their mothers biologically, but these people have parented them, they have brought them up. So just take an instance. God forbid, a woman dies while delivering, and then she leaves her offspring on earth. So that sister who takes care of the child, a child has all right to wake up and be like, she is my mom, because she is the one who has brought you up. She has done everything necessarily on earth to make sure that you are there.
So who is this person that we are describing to be not a mother?
So basically, as you have said, there are those who are mothers and there are those who are not mothers. So really, honestly, someone who has brought me up, I would not fail to refer to this person as a mother by the mere virtue that this person didn't produce me. The mere parentage that person has given to me, I would really honestly be like, this person is my mom.
So just to cut you short on that, or to add on what she said, people who are not considered to be mothers, like, tell me something about a woman who wakes up one day and carries her child for 9 months, gives birth to that child, and then has the audacity or the right or the effrontery to carry this child and dump he or she somewhere. Those are not mothers. They can never be considered mothers, because once you have dumped this kid, you are not ready for this child, and you have left this child behind and moved on with your life. Someone who gets pregnant and has not planned for this child, or has the right to go and abort these kids, then these are not mothers.
Just to cut you short, where do we place children in marriage?
They are a fruit, or should I call it a blessing. It is what makes the marriage. The children are what makes the marriage. Because if it is a marriage and there are no kids, what are we really doing? Because after marriage, or should I say after you have been with a man for approximately 6 months, nobody's gonna look at your face. Everybody's gonna look at your tummy. What is not happening? That is if the woman moves out.
Thank you very much for that input. I'll take this opportunity to ask my sister, my beautiful sister here. You practice marriage. What are just highlight for us some of these challenges? These people that, us who are not yet into that practice, what are these challenges? What are these that they call challenges? And yet you are there.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Nashion, for this question. Actually, I wouldn't say much on this because I don't want to speak and make it look like I'm going to attack somebody or I'm going to talk against someone. But let me make it in a way to look like I'm just trying to explain few of the things, few of the challenges people are facing in the current marriages or relationships. Yes, as I was saying, basically, I'm going to speak this to the audience. Let marriage or relationship be for the two people, the man and the woman, because only they know why they met, why they are together, and why they would like to build whatever that is between them. This is something that is commonly in the current world we are in now. Let me say, people are so concerned in other people's life, other people's relationship, more than the people who are even in the relationship. You can't come into what two people are having to put your ideas of how you want them to run it. You can't do that. So, as I was saying, I'm going to say this to you, the audience. Please and please, when you see two people in marriage, two people in a relationship, let them be. Maybe you can advise them, but not to decide, to make them do what you want. No. This is something that is between the two of them. It is them who knows what they want for whatever that they are doing. I've seen this commonly with our people, whereby friends, in-laws, even people that don't know you, they want to talk about your marriage, your relationship, when they even don't know the person who you are, what you have been through, and let me say why you are in that relationship or marriage. So let me say this is basically one of the things that is destroying a lot of marriages nowadays. People coming into other people's life to, make decisions for them. I think this is exactly what is killing a lot of marriages now.
Well understood. So, for us to understand and the audience, what you're saying is the intruders are part of the challenges of today's marriage. Okay, just to pick on maybe one of the speakers, is cheating a challenge in marriage?
I think cheating is not a problem. It's just a situation where one of the people in a relationship goes out and messes things up. But does it mean you're going to stay out there? No. You will definitely have to come back. So cheating is not a problem. It's a situation where when misunderstandings come in, a lot of different things, this is the pressure that takes you out to go and mess up, causing this situation.
And to add on what my sister said, as we all know, cheating isn't a main issue, but how have you done it? If you leave the respect behind it, that you give your partner the respect, because it's really absurd for me to find you cheating on our matrimonial bed. What is the respect you are according to this? We would say it's normal, because as an African person, we all know that we have come out from homes that are polygamous. whereby you know that your dad has like 4 wives and they're staying in the same threshold without anyone complaining. Isn't that cheating? That's the same. But the aspect is give the person that you're cheating on respect. And to men, the African way portrays it that it's a very normal thing. One reason I know about this is that a man can have like 5 women and treat them equally the same, with leaving other factors constant, and come back, performs all his marital duties. If it's he has been buying food, money, or this, let's leave these ones that decide to reach and be like, maybe I will not buy food to this home or that. But honestly speaking, we are coming from polygamous homes, and the ancestral home of Africans, polygamy is normal.
Actually, let me say this clear. Cheating is not bad. It's something normal. I am married. I'm not supporting cheating. But what I'm trying to say is, as me, I'm not going to leave my marriage just because my husband cheated on me. It's something that is their thing. Men, it's their thing. It just depends on you as a woman to know how to keep your mind from cheating. It's you to make him not think about cheating. There are certain things that makes a man to think about cheating. Cheating doesn't just have to come automatically. It's programmed, like, let me say, men, let me say, their minds is like something that is programmed disc. It's your behavior as a woman that will push your man to go and cheat. Cheating is not something that will make me leave my marriage or relationship or my man, my darling husband. I know you're watching. I just want to appreciate you for being there, for loving me, for not listening to what the community, the people, anything that has been coming to destroy us, for not standing with it. I love you so much and thank you.
This is quite, my friend, wherever you are. You must be serious. You are a husband already, because my beautiful sister is appreciating all that you're doing for her, which is quite okay. To move on with our show, I just want to take this opportunity to get back to our people, our community members, our elders, the parents back home or wherever. There is this tendency of scaring, be it a young in-law, be it people who are practicing to be together. Because I have seen youth, I've seen boys and girls who get to an early stage of their relationship, say from 20 years. They are both, maybe boy is 25 and the girl is 22 or 20. Before they can get to understand each other, you see parents, you find yourself, you're coming in the name of saying, oh, my child is still studying. Okay, she's studying. Why don't you have this conversation with your child? So I'm starting to see you going out with boys. What is so interesting? And trying to understand. But all we get to see is the beautiful, handsome people are scattered. And then the only results they get for you is you'll find your daughter or your son has pregnated the girl. So this conversation we are bringing in to ensure that as parents, community members, let's start discussion. Let's start to talk to children. From 17, start to engage them in this kind of conversation and ensuring that they know, they start to talk about sex. What is it? You should highlight them, give them an opportunity to talk about. When you bring them closer, you'll be able to get the right thing. You'll be able to give the right advice to them. So on this show, I just want us to appreciate. What would be the best advice you would give to the young boys, your fellow sisters outside there, in this discussion?
There is nothing wrong with courtship. regardless of the age. Okay, let me say 20 and 25, those are two mature adults. If you look at the world we are living in today, there are people who are at that age and they are actually married. There is nothing with courtship, but I would advise more for the parents to open up. Most of our parents actually do some of the unwanted pregnancies and sickness and all that comes in from lack of communication or lack of friendship between parents and their kids. Because somebody is already 20 years and you're not talking to them about sex, you're not talking to them about the real things that are happening in the world. You should just be open and create friendship. The friendship should be very, very close so that you are able to communicate freely about these things to our parents.
Thank you. In this conversation, I didn't want us to miss out this. The educated women. It seems it's either they are stepping out of the line or what's going on? What could be the problem? Are they in marriage or there seems something that is not okay?
Thank you so much for that wonderful question. One thing I want to tell to our educated sisters out there and to my fellow single ladies, as your chairperson, self-appointed, I would like to tell you something. Education is different from marriage. Let's leave this tendency of saying I'm a woman feminist, I'm an iron lady, I'm this. Are you going to eat the iron that you're saying? At the end of the day, we are all going to be wives at one time. One thing that really spoils marriage is this tendency of us, the educated people. I would be like, I'm a lawyer, and what's my job of cooking? Why would I cook? These are tendencies that we are taking into ourselves. Before you being an educated woman, you're a woman who is married. So leave your status as an educated person. Let's say you're working as the minister of this. Before you're a minister, you're a mother, you're a wife. Meaning, differentiate these two categories. That's why if a president is speaking, he speaks to a nation as a president of a country. He doesn't speak as a father. And when he reaches to his own home, he talks to his kids as a father to the kids, leaving the other status that is the president. So let's learn to distinguish between these two facts. You can be educated and you're working, you are earning your money. That's good. And that's very brilliant of you. But when you come back home, please wear the cloth of a woman. This is one thing I learned from my mom.
Thank you so much, the viewers. I'm still Joseph Nashion on the Test Drive Show. I would also want to take this opportunity to thank all my guests for today that joined me for this conversation. And to you viewers, I don't want to leave you out. We also have businesses that you would like us to join us, support us. We import cars, different types, new and used cars from Japan, and deliver to your home. And then we also take very good pictures. We also do videos. We have artists whom you can invite for your birthday parties. We also give out loans, for a quick loan that you have a problem and you really want to make sure you help yourself and the family with. You can just contact us for our numbers reading below this program. You can always contact us and reach to us to these services. We'll be hosting different categories of people just to share with us their experiences, their techniques in this game. Politicians, students, community leaders, and all sorts of people, musicians, to get their views, to get the different angles on how they look at things. We want to build this society. We also want to look at the health issues, maternal, reproductive health issues. So when when we call upon you, please, it's for the benefit of our own community. It's for the benefit of you who is listening to us. It's important you share with us what you think, what you want the generation to do, what you want us to do. It's very important that you join us on this test drive show, and then you share with us your tips, your experiences, so that we can continue to run the show. It will be coming to you every week. So when we reach out to you, please join us for this conversation. Thank you so much.